Welcome back, everybody. We're here with Alisha Pate from Pate Ranch. But you do all kinds of other stuff, right? We were just talking about from the space stuff to the oil and gas world, the mechanical engineering to cool stuff like this, to making boot jacks.
Really nice.
Rocket science
Thank you.
to woodworker.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
So much there. How do we just jump into it? Give us a little bit of background to your world so we
Yeah.
understand.
No, thank you. First of all, I appreciate y'all having me on today. This is a real honor, and y'all are a great partner of ours, and we're super excited to come out and just to hang out with you and have this time today. But
Absolutely.
basically, I'm kind of an engineer who likes tinkering and playing and making stuff in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And so I work.
Create that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Make something. Yeah,
I love using my hands, and I always have since I was a kid. And now I've taken that from working 27 years in the industry to creating a business that's had me early retire to actually continue running the business.
To actually make something, to see it. Just as
Absolutely.
somebody in a similar shoes as you, we work on these giant projects, and you work the engineering behind the scenes. You might not see that end result
Correct.
for 5-10 years, something like that, but to actually make something that we designed, we're talking about, it's cool.
Yeah.
Within a few days, we're us making boots.
Correct.
It's a different kind of.
It is a
feeling,
different
yeah.
kind, and I like that you said that, because in aerospace, you really never saw your thing that you were working on finish. I was on the F-35 and the Orion capsule, and those were years in the development.
Right. Yeah.
So you never got to see it come off the line. You might be able to see a milestone, like a major release, but you never saw the completion of a project. In oil and gas, I was in deep water drilling as a drilling engineer. You would see the end of a well, but you only saw the drill. You
Yeah.
didn't see it go into production.
Yeah, I mean that's like
So you came
5-year
in
line.
and you either had a week or 3 months of drilling and it was done. But with this, I can, like working with this, you guys said, we need a Christmas ornament, something
cool,
different.
something interesting.
And I didn't
ran
want
with
to just
it.
take the regular logo. I thought the marquee, let's
Yeah.
do something with that.
Wonderful.
And so were you the one who somebody inspired this original design
We
out
want something
there?
different, yeah.
Right.
We want I mean, of course, there's lots of boot companies that have
Sure.
something on there, but we wanted something that kind of
Yeah.
was retro a little bit, but just interesting and a little bit different. So
So it was fun just to kind of think about creating something unique for you guys that not everybody else would have. And I enjoy that.
So how does that fit into your world of, you come from an engineering background with such a, that's very technical.
Yes.
And then you kind of have morphed into a little bit of taking that technical and bringing the artistry behind
Sure.
it. How does that
And
work
the
for you?
business as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know running a small business is a
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah.
And so that's a whole nother world. But
Exactly.
just taking, coming from that aerospace engineering world,
Yeah.
and then getting to here, tell us a little bit about
Sure.
your background and how that has transitioned for you.
I think you hit on the point of the artistry part. I couldn't express that in my everyday work. I worked at Chevron for
Sure.
many years, but I
Sure.
couldn't express it. Where do you bring art, right, to drilling wells? You really don't. And so there was that need was there. And to be honest with you, I'm 51 now, and I'm proud of my age. I could care less, how old I am. But in my 40s, I noticed I wasn't being selected. So when you're in the corporate world, you're either, oh, yes, I'm going to be in that seat. And then when you figure out you're not, you're like, okay, well, is this it?
What's next?
What's next? And so you can either do a couple things with it. You can either complain about it or you can do something about it.
Right.
And so I wasn't able to express a lot of my artistic kind of things that I liked at work. So I started doing it at home. And I bought a small laser and just started playing around with
inside of her house, by the way, I was there.
it. Yes.
Wow.
Started with one small laser.
How long ago was that she started? that?
In December, it will be 6 years.
6 years. Okay.
In 6 years.
Because we've
And
been doing this for 5,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
I have 8 lasers in my shop right now. So it's really scaled up,
So you walk
which
her
is
front
not
door,
normal.
Lasers there, and she's like, I was like,
Yeah.
super engineer.
Yeah, and so the artistry part gets you in the design space.
Yeah.
So just taking the vision and creating this in a software, and then looking at it, and then figuring out, what size leather, what that looks like, how do you
And the
finish
cut
it on.
rates, right? Because you're
Correct.
Cutting, you're cutting at a certain frequency,
That is
a certain
correct.
whatever you call it, amplitude
Yep.
or whatever, and then you got to do it a lot less. Here,
Absolutely.
make sure that it's not,
Yeah, you don't want to burn it.
clean lines.
So you start large and go smaller, or how does that work?
Well, so for the laser is the technical side. You were talking about it with the technical side of it. That's where my need of the engineer comes, because you know how when you're a kid and you would go burn a bug in the street with
Yep,
the
with the magnifying
That's all a
glass.
laser
Yep.
is.
I never did.
It really is. That's all a laser.
You're so lying.
I know.
You burn bugs every day.
He still burns
Yeah.
bugs.
So as you get closer and you see it, you're burning a leaf now, or you
Yeah.
come back up and that dot gets bigger.
Yeah.
That's all a laser is,
Wow.
right? You're doing the same thing, and so I like the technical part of learning the mechanics behind how to run it. Now, if you look at this is the laser. The computer will tell you you can either go from value 0 to 400 for engraving, and then cutting you slow it down. To your point, so I like figuring out what is the sweet spot, okay, to make this look good. You don't want it to look like a crispy critter burnt. You got to find that brown mark. Now, that's how I got into it. I loved that part of it, and I started scaling. On a side, I started teaching people what I was learning, and I would share what I was screwing up.
Yeah.
So not only do I have a business, which I love the business part of it, I love the teaching, mentoring part. And that's what I've done in addition to running the business.
Got it.
So most people don't know this, but we have a decent following from a influencer standpoint of teaching people how to run their lasers
Okay.
and build a business.
Wow.
On a serious note, like how far away are lightsabers? You're the laser queen.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on. Time out.
That
You
is a
start-
Okay.
that is a
You
serious
started that
topic.
question with on a serious note.
On a
serious- and
then
I
you
was
went
like-
lightsabers.
Oh, I'm dead serious.
Hey,
Well, I
this
tell
is-
you what,
I mean,
I'm a forward thinker.
there are
I know too, actually.
there are lasers out now that are handheld that I could walk in and take over to that wall or to here and actually engrave.
him? You can kill
Absolutely.
Steve right now
I could
with
put a
laser.
tattoo on your chest.
Oh, tattoo guy. Like,
Wait a minute. Hey,
Exactly.
Oh, hey.
Oh, Cliff Franks is not needed anymore. Yeah.
The technology is coming.
Last episode. You don't
I
have to
know.
do that.
I know, but you like it. You like it?
Last week's episode
Yeah. If you check it last
has been
episode-
completely negated now.
Yeah, you don't
because
even
now
need
we
Cliff
just
Franks
use
anymore.
lasers.
That's exactly.
Alicia's just going to sit there and.
That's right.
So
Yeah,
is
yeah,
it like
yeah.
a pen
All right.
laser thing? Or is
No,
it,
it's actually probably a little bit bigger than the size of that microphone, and it connects to what would look like an old PC, like the towers. You remember the towers?
Sure.
And it would just a wand, and you can walk up and do engraves. That's how
I mean,
manufacturing
you should
does
like
it.
plug that in,
Huh? Yeah, you still have to plug it in.
like just a 110.
Yeah, just a 110.
That's scary.
Wow.
Lasers are
really
coming
weird.
very far. I will tell you, during COVID and post COVID, the laser commercial, home user hobbyist has taken off.
There's a lot of downtime.
Just a lot of downtime. Everybody wanted to make a little money. They wanted a side hustle. I'm just at home with my family. How do I make some money? And so the laser industry just went crazy. And so from my perspective, I saw all these new people jumping in. They wanted to do something, but they didn't know how to run a business.
Right.
And that's where I
Hobby
brought
deal, yeah.
that's where I brought my skills from my professional world to these people and said, "Hey, look, have you done a business plan? Did you do a look back, right? And have you done, what is your SWOT, your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats?"
Yeah.
And I'm trying to bring that to the laser community to help them grow their business because there's enough market out
I mean,
there
there's a
for us to
laser
be.
community.
Absolutely.
But there's a lot of stuff. I mean, as you said, like you can go on Amazon. I bought one of these laser pecker things.
Yeah.
Just to
Yes, he said pecker. He said pecker.
Why
He
did-
did.
Fireball.
Why do they name
I have
them?
a drink.
That,
Because
that,
All right, laser pecker.
he said pecker.
Laser
But
pecker.
there's a lot of difference between laser pecker
Absolutely, there
and
is.
the super laser 5000 that you got or whatever it's called. Because I mean, again, it's the burn rates. It's making sure that, as you said, just it's not looking burned on this, for example.
Correct.
But you can also cut around it where it looks nice and clean. So
Yeah.
that's
So
super.
I mean,
sharp and
honestly, I will tell you about this. The machine. This is the first job I did on my newest laser. So I have a Thunder Odin. And I'll be fully transparent. It's an $18,000 machine, but its dot size on what it burns is a lot smaller than most lasers. So that's why the letters here are so crisp.
Well, it's so crisp.
Thunder
It
Odin.
looks like it's stamped on, but if
Yeah.
you touch it, you can actually feel the
Yeah.
dimensions.
You know,
This is the real deal. This is
I,
not
I would be more comfortable if every time you said laser, you went laser.
Lasers.
Thunder Odin.
Thunder Odin laser.
I want to show you guys what she did on wood here. I got
Oh
it
yeah.
back here.
So
I
that
think is super cool.
Yes.
Oh man,
Badass.
Check out that,
That is
Republic
awesome.
boot coat.
Wow.
Like we've done a lot of barrel heads. Again, this
That's
is a
really
whiskey
cool.
barrel head.
Really,
Yep.
really, really cool.
So not so easy because this American
Nothing
white oak,
like this. This is
American white
absolutely-
oak has a lot of different grains.
Yes, it
and
does.
A lot of highs and
Absolutely.
lows. So we're used to seeing this. I've never seen something so clean before.
Yeah.
So how did you get it so?
I mean, like you can feel like
Yeah.
the depth of that.
100%.
Okay, so for something like this, you see how
whiskey.
each of the slats has a ridge.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And this is exactly what I would teach my
I
community.
mean, so
you have
detailed.
different. Remember, we were talking about the magnifying glass.
Yeah,
You're gonna.
yeah.
Okay. So let's say the magnifying glass to do the bug is a 2-inch. Okay. That's standard. A 2-inch lens is a standard lens. I put a 4-inch lens on this because it allows me to go around. It allows me to go around these edges. Right now, that's not something that a novice person in the laser industry is going to know. But everything is about the focal distance, right? If I come up, the bug's not going to get killed because I'm too far away. But a different kind of lens will do this. So the
It
depth.
reads the topography of it.
So I was able to use a different lens on this, and then I did a line
what's
around it
weird
to
is
make
when
it
she's
crisp.
Explaining that and talking about killing a bug, I understand it better.
See? Hey,
She can relate to people,
Makes sense.
especially men. Yeah.
It's
That's-
really weird,
Yes,
but
which is
now
weird.
I understand it better.
but see
because
that what you're talking about is what is not what wasn't there before in the laser industry. If I went technically on what the concept of what was happening with the the light and the magnification, most people would be like, I'm out, right?
Yeah.
Especially a lot of people that aren't in that space. So dummy it down, and I don't mean that in a negative way. Just
Sure.
make
Not
it
at all.
more
Sure,
common.
yeah.
So, but anyway,
They say suit it down. or
If we
suit it
all
down.
understood it, we'd all be doing it.
I try to make it
just don't get
very easy to understand. That way, the regular common Joe can go, hey, I can do that too. And I share it. A lot of people wouldn't share how to do this. You know why? Because they don't want to compete with you.
Sure that right.
I don't care. Bring it on. I got game. Let's go.
I love it. Alisha Pate here, Pate Ranch. So we got some awesome stuff here in the store. I'm just looking out here. You guys can't see, but if you look on our website or, of course, you come in the store, you're going to see a ton of
Wow.
really just cool stuff. What do you got? And so it's not just burn stuff. It's not just lasers.
Coasters.
It's coaster. We got, especially for Christmas gifts
Yeah.
or other kinds of events.
Koozies.
Like these right here are so neat,
I mean,
right?
geez, yeah.
Yeah,
Look at
it's
that.
lots
Look
of
at
cool
that.
Love
Come
that.
And take it.
Yep.
Come
Be
and take
creative.
it. It's a little
for
wet now
this.
because it's got but
You can personalize
Come and
lots
take
of
it,
things.
that's all.
Personalize it to your
Love
your
it.
needs. That's right.
So,
Love it.
what is the future? I mean, so we've been working together for five
Yep.
something years. We're kind of honing in on some really amazing things for signs and all that. Where are you guys going? You guys just moved, by the way, from Friendswood, Texas, where I'm from, to Round Top.
Yep.
Which I'm jealous about.
Yep.
And
That's exciting.
Yeah, we
and you
moved
got
our
your
land.
it's fun.
It's
Built it. We built a 3,000 square foot shop.
It's cool.
and
I've been following the journey of that.
Yeah.
It's been a bit brutal.
It's been, but you know what? God has blessed us, and
Wonderful.
we now have a place where we can, really turn our creativity on. And so I think the future for us is, really working with. We were more in clients, like the moms who are like, I need a sign, a one sign. We're now gearing more towards B2B, right? Business to business,
right.
and where I can sit with you and go, what do you really need? And you're going to say, I need things, this kind of collection that looks like this for my clients, and we're going to be solution solvers for you, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do with our clients. Have less, end user clients, but fewer businesses, like 3 to 5, and then we can really work with them. We also just picked up the Big Easy Ranch. Do y'all know where that is out in Columbus?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's another one that we're working with. We're doing some gun stocks and some awards for them.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
There's a lot of synergies. Again, as you're talking about the like the Alamo, I know you guys are working with the Alamo,
Yep.
which is really cool.
Absolutely.
We've got some of our clients and stuff like that, so we can work back and forth and support Texas businesses.
Absolutely.
That's what we're doing on this podcast, is just to explain the details, the background stories of these, and your hard work. And you might see just a product, but there's a lot more behind that product, which is your entire history of
Yeah.
this engineering aspect. It's not so easy to make this. People think that things come out of a machine. It's just like it's made, but there's a lot of thought and engineering that goes into that.
Absolutely.
So we want to support each other on those
Thank you for that.
aspects. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're just really, our niche is, the rancher, the Texas kind of vibe, the, FFA, the 4-H community. We're really kind of sinking more into that. James and I have a podcast, and we teach Know Your Who. Who are
What's
you?
the podcast called?
I love this.
It's called The Laser Lounge at Pate Ranch.
What?
And it's got a, I'm going to tell you, it's got a
I
great,
thought of that.
Okay.
That was my idea.
so what
We wish,
I
right?
tell you,
That's
what I saw in the Facebook groups where a lot of makers, you kind of gravitate towards a group to kind of learn things. I didn't find anything for me that was teaching business, or really the next level up. There was a lot of entry level, but I was already past that.
Yeah.
So I created my own group, and it's called the Laser Lounge at Pate Ranch.
That's awesome.
And
Love it.
the vibe behind it was I wanted it to be like a coffee lounge, a bar, somewhere that like us right now, we're hanging
We
out
just hang out
talking.
and talk.
I'm not talking
Yeah.
trash. I'm just sharing things, and you can go pick that up and learn.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I want. And we try to, have fun, learn, but it's a level up, It's like, hey, here's what I learned today and here's what I'm doing. Share it, and then you walk away and leave feeling like you learned something, just like you would if you went to a coffee house or a bar with your buddy.
Man,
that's the
y'all
vibe.
check that out, the Laser Lounge at Pate Ranch. I love
Absolutely.
it. I love it. Check that podcast out.
So that's what we do. We have
They might
yeah,
get the-
we have Whiskey
it.
Wednesday.
Hey, you
Whiskey
gotta do it.
Wednesday. You can self
Whiskey
promote.
Wednesday.
Absolutely.
I know it well.
Yeah, and we work hard and we enjoy drink at night. So
Yeah,
okay.
and also we enjoy a good steak. So I bring my Texas vibe, kind of teaching them how to do smoked
Do y'all have
steaks.
cattle there? I
We
mean-
do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah, I heard you talking about that earlier. Tell us about your cattle. What do you?
Yeah, so
have
we
a-
have a rancher that runs about 25 head on the land. He leases
Okay.
the land from us. But when we moved there full time, we brought our FFA heifer.
Okay.
So her name is Rev, and she's kind of the shop mascot.
Love it.
And Rev has now she's about to birth a fourth one. And so we just make it part of who we are and, the environment. I usually make videos with her in the background.
She pretty tame.
She's pretty tame. She'll let you come up and touch her, and she'll come in your garage or your shop if you have the door open. She might leave you something too if you're not careful.
You ever thought about Wagyu? We had.
Oh man, yeah.
Wagyu.
Usually we can be sitting in the shop in the design room because there's a design and a wood shop, and you hear something move and you're like, oh, Rev's in there, and you're all running because you don't want to have to clean up.
Would you ever think about
Preston?
Have you ever branded a cow with a laser?
You could. I know people have actually.
You gotta be
done
the
their
first.
hands.
You gotta be the first.
No, I don't
First
know.
one
Rev,
ever.
I would be the first one with a kick right here.
Hold on, stay still. Let's.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not like a-
Maybe with that handheld one, yeah.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be kind of
Yeah.
weird. Yeah.
But no, we like to
Actually, I
integrate
think
our.
it's pretty cool.
It would be cool. I told Reagan one day we are going to brand her out here, and she's like, "Don't touch my cow."
You got a boy and a girl. Yeah.
Boy and a girl. They're both at A&M.
Whoop.
Very
Yeah.
proud of them.
They're great. Core.
Yep.
You're-
Son Kyle, he's 21. He's in the Corps, and
Nice.
he's committed to the Air Force. So after he
Awesome.
graduates,
Outstanding.
he'll be serving our
Congratulations.
wonderful country. So I'm very proud of him.
Great kids. I mean,
Great
I
kid.
kind of follow them online and stuff.
Yeah.
You see all that is.
Yep.
It's incredible.
He's very strong in what he's doing. Reagan is a junior, and she is petroleum engineer, so she'll be
Okay,
following in the
good.
footsteps.
We need some strong
Love it.
women. In the
Yes,
industry.
she
That's
is.
good.
She just got news. She got her third intern for Chevron, so she'll be
Oh,
back
very
there
cool.
next summer. So,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Near
if-
dear to your heart.
yeah.
Kazakhstan.
Yeah. She wants to go back to RBU, which is in the Colorado area, but I don't know
Not
if
so
that'll
bad.
work
Yeah,
out.
I want to be in the mountains.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
But kids, I'm blessed with them, and one thing that's happened with all this is they both started side hustles with this.
Yeah.
So
Really?
they've watched us,
Yeah.
and James and I are blessed to have. We had great incomes when I was working there. He's still there, but we always said it can come to an end. So you need to have a backup plan, right? And so we always said the side hustle is a little extra money. It's a tax benefit, right? Which is really kind of why I kind of halfway started it. But they saw us doing it, and they see us hustle. I mean, we are. I'm easily working 60 hours a week.
Yeah.
But
Like I'm gonna work 80 hours to not work 40 hours.
well, and that's why I quit Chevron because I was working 80 hours.
But we do what we love.
yeah,
I love
it's-
it.
Yeah, it's a great
100%.
thing.
It's
But the great thing, we were talking about this earlier, is the perspective difference, right? So you've got the big corporate deal, doing your PMPs, your performance deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You've been doing making sure that you're sitting right and all that.
Correct.
So you got that kind of corporate stuff, which is actually okay, to bring into the small business world because it gives you that kind of grounding, that organization aspects
Yep.
to kind of run your business the right way. Because if you're just willy-nilly trying to do it, you're not, the bigger picture.
Yeah.
So it helps you run your business.
Absolutely. I mean, James and I, he's been a great partner. That's my husband, for those that don't know, is that we'll sit in the morning and go, what are our numbers this week? Where are we? What are our targets? And most people may go, God, isn't that too much? Not really. Don't you sit there with your business
Not if
partners?
you love it.
Absolutely. And you say, okay, well, this week was great. Last week sucked. What did we do wrong? Well, we messed this up, and we should have been, these boundaries were approached by a certain, vendor, or we gave too much of a deal. We should have done something else. And we talk about it, and you're learning. And we're both very well educated in business. So I try to take that and share it with someone who maybe doesn't have that business experience that we've had.
Doesn't have the savvy that you.
Correct.
Right.
And, because what is it? How many businesses fail in less than 5 years? It's high. It's like 90%.
It's like 90%.
Yeah.
+%. Yep.
So,
It just goes off the thing. So
absolutely.
Only 5% of businesses over 10 years
Yeah.
will survive.
So, and you got to work your tail off. You know this.
Just
I don't
grind,
have to tell you.
grind
until things catch on.
Yeah.
So things have caught on, and there's certain things that we've done that have made it catch on, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes the shotgun approach doesn't work. For you,
Focus,
you've
yeah.
niched out.
Yeah.
You know who your who is, right? And you've gone, we're going to go way in with what they would want, and you've hit the nail on the head. So that's what I am doing and what I'm trying to teach the laser community to do. You can't make everything or you'll kill yourself.
But people want niche, cool stuff. I think
Absolutely.
The whole thing in the industry is like you can go to these Walmarts or whatever and get commodity, anything, go on Amazon, you can buy whatever you want.
Yeah.
But the product that is customized to you, which we're doing together,
Yep.
is something that if you get that for Christmas or get that for a wedding or whatever, it means a lot more.
Absolutely.
You went the extra effort. You didn't just order a shirt off Amazon or order this thing.
And it's made in America.
It's
And
made
what
in
we've
America.
learned is
In
stick to what
Texas.
you know.
Texas.
Yeah.
More
The
important.
Republic
Yeah.
of Texas.
Republic of Texas. Woo!
That's,
Oh my God, it got me excited. Oh my God. Now,
y'all going to have me back on, I know.
now we're
No, you're not
Let me
leaving.
go deep in Texas. Back in 1836, being in Round Top, Texas. So we always do the boot of the week, right? So we're going to kind of talk about that. So we're in the Republic boot stage here, and this is a cool boot that was finished today, and I thought it was really cool. So we have a
Pretty with a French toe. I love
Yeah,
it.
French
Damn,
toe.
That's nice.
French toe, got a glazed nicotine. This is the customer's alligator. So he went out, hunted this alligator.
Oh, that's cool.
And we got him and his son. Is that correct?
Son.
Him and his son made boots for him with his ranch logo on there.
Yeah.
With the buck stitch top. So it's a real classy, cool boot. And I'm just excited about this.
It's tone on tone, so it's super
Yeah.
classy. I
like
love
that.
Love that.
But as you dig
Very
into
cool.
it, you can kind of see some of these intricate details of the stitch pattern, which is
Yeah.
tonal. The buck stitch. That's
3-row
tonal.
stitch on
And
the.
then
love
we
it.
got the
Beautiful.
Actually, the tonal
Initials. Yeah, tonal initials.
And I want to apologize for being distracted. I'm on my phone, and I guess everybody sees that. 'Cause I'm communicating with two different customers right now, and they're both very. I mean, everybody's
Always
important.
working.
You're working.
But these guys are. I have to answer. So.
That's fine.
Can't drop names because,
Nope.
but
Nope.
yes.
But I've
is that a
gotta-
president
I've
over
gotta
there?
keep
Is that a movie star? Fireball Bill knows everybody.
I've got to
over
keep
there.
it going.
Oh my
Sorry.
God, is that an Houston Astro? Who knows?
You never know.
Alicia, how do we find you? How do we do this? Besides coming inside the Republic boot shop here and buying some cool stuff, can you? Where can we find you
Absolutely.
at?
We have a website, PateRanchCreations.com. You can find us there. And we also have a Facebook page. It's facebook.com, Pate Ranch.
Awesome.
And RepublicBootCompany.com.
That's,
We have it here.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, I haven't put your stuff online so much.
Yeah,
but we
that's
are going to do
fine.
that. But
Yes.
come in the store because you got to kind of see this stuff, and we can go and we can nerd out on the details of that veg tan laser.
Absolutely.
Stuff,
Love it. Great job. That's
Thank you. I
amazing.
appreciate
Beautiful.
it.
Beautiful stuff.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Yeah.